are looking for the best planner for really busy people, you are in the right place. Today we're going to be talking about my absolute favorite planner as someone who does a lot of different things and has a lot of different things to keep track of. This is like the number one tool that has helped me to reach my goals, achieve my goals, and just kind of figure out like how to take the next step towards where I want to be. So this video, we're going to talk all about the Full Focus Planner, which is, in my opinion, the best planner for people who are really busy, have a lot going on, have goals they want to crush, and especially if you are an entrepreneur. Game changer. I started using the Full Focus Planner in October of 2019, and I have used it faithfully every single day, and I am ready to start a whole another full year of Full Focus Plannering. So I wanted to share this with you. If we haven't met, hi, my name is Becca. I run an online store called Becca's Music Room where I help elementary music teachers with ideas, games, activities, presentations, all of the things to just kind of help them out with their elementary music classes, give them lots of resources and help and all of that stuff. And in addition to that, I also have this YouTube channel where I share literally everything I have learned. So I wanted to make sure I shared all about the Full Focus Planner. This planner is really amazing because it's designed specifically to help you reach your goals. So there's a lot of pages and sections where you're having to prioritize different things, and it really helps you think through like what is important and what is less important, what are the like things I have to get done in the day versus the things that it would be nice to get done in the day. And it just is a great way to organize your thoughts. It also has pages to help you with goals, thinking through why you want to do your goals, how you're going to achieve them, and all of those good things, which is wonderful going into a new year. Now, my only caveat is that they are expensive, which honestly, I feel like tells you how much I love it even more, because if you've been around my channel, you know that I'm a bit of a cheapskate and I don't like spending money. So the fact that I have continued to purchase a Full Focus Planner every quarter, because it's a quarterly planner, has made a huge difference and really says something about the quality of it. So this will be planner number 6 for me because they are quarterly, and I cannot wait to bust into it. So today I'm going to take you through and show you the blank one and kind of talk through like what the different aspects of this planner are that make it different and separate from the other ones. And we're also going to go through how I do my weekly preview, which is what they call basically planning out your week. And so I'll talk you through exactly how I do that and give you all of my tips and tricks. I have a couple of tips and tricks you'll want to check out. I am using the Full Focus Planner Bold. This one is the olive color. I'm currently in the red, I think it's called Poppy color, which you will also see in this video. And they also have blue and purple. And then there are other collections that I haven't tried because frankly, the bold is the prettiest. So definitely check all of that out. I'm gonna leave timestamps down below for like the weekly preview. So if you want to skip to that, then you can do that. And yeah, let's get started. All right, friends, so we're going to go through the Full Focus Planner. So I am using the Bold, which is the like colorful collection. I like it because it's pretty. I have not used the other collection. This is the only one I've used, but I do like it a lot. I'm starting with this green one because that's the one they sent me because I did the subscription this year. And so this is the new one that I just got in. So it is all empty. I need to scoot these back a little bit. Here's the little colorful page. I love how they're like fun on the inside. There is a table of contents, and then when you open it up, you have this goal page where you can write out your goals for the year. I like having this so that you can have the check marks and then also priorities and what quarter you're going to do it in, so that even though you have like a list of things, it's not like I have to do all of this right now, but you know, just having it there is helpful. Then after that, you go into really deep detail into each goal, which sometimes I find annoying and sometimes I don't do this for all of them, but I do it especially for the main ones because it does help you to really sit down and think through, okay, what area of my life is this in? Why am I doing this? What are some actions? And how are you going to celebrate? I am not good at rewarding myself for things that I have done. So this is something that I have really had to try to work on for things. And then there's a streak tracker down at the bottom. I have never used the streak tracker there. I've used it in other places, but it is there. After that, you get to the monthly calendar. Now, there are a couple things about the full focus planner I must say I don't love. One of them is that you only get 3 months of calendar since this is a quarterly planner. Yes, there is what is called rolling quarters, so you can write out like next quarter the dates and what is happening in each month, but I really wish that they just had 12 of these so that I can see it just like visually. I like the way that a calendar looks. The other thing I don't love about a full focus planner is that I am just so used to my week starting on Sunday that I have never been able to get on board with this. I've tried and I just scratch those out. And I just start my week on Sunday because otherwise I just get super confused. When you get your new calendar, then you'll do all of your like monthly things here and write your projects over on the edge. I like to add especially like video and blog ideas over there. And then like I already mentioned, there are the rolling quarters. So what you do here is you write the month at the top. So like this is January, February, March. So this will be April, May, June, July, August, September. And then when you have events and like things that are happening, you know, if it's not 2020, then you can write them here on the corresponding day, which is helpful, but still I would rather it be like a full-on calendar. After that, there's this daily rituals spread. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when I first started, I was like, this is stupid. And I tried it because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna try it. And I actually found this spread really helpful. So in here, what you basically do is just write down like, in a perfect world, what would my morning routine look like? What would my workday startup routine look like? What would my workday shutdown routine look like? And my evening routine. And although it seems silly, I find it really helpful to just sit down and think about it, especially each quarter, because you'll find that things change. So sometimes I do things in one quarter, and then I realize like, oh, maybe I should switch a couple things, or maybe I need more time for this or less time for that. And that's just a nice way to reflect. The next spread is an ideal week, and this is kind of similar. It's like, if we were in a magical world, then what would your week look like? Now, because I do work at a school, you know, the big chunk of this is usually just blocked off for school, but I do find it helpful like in the morning to write down, and I can write down like the different workouts that I want to do, and then in the evening and anything that I have weekly during the evening. So each week you have a weekly preview, and this is what it looks like. And it's where you kind of look back on the last week and see what you did, what you didn't do, and how you can do better next week. And then you look forward to the next week and see what you need to do and what you need to focus on. Although it seems like it might get repetitive, I find this really helpful, especially this section, because I'm very bad about thinking about my wins. And so having the section where I have to write down like, okay, what did I do well, has helped me to recognize those things that I do well. Because sometimes I have weeks where I'm like, I didn't get anything done, but in reality, I did pretty well. So it's really nice to just have that there to be able to think through things. Then you have your after action review. So you look through last week's big 3, which we'll get to in a second, and see how much you've completed, what worked and what didn't, and what are you going to keep, improve, stop, and start doing. Then after that, there's a list sweep. So you're supposed to go through and write down all the things for the next week over here or over here, depending on what you prefer. I usually use this page, and I will just write down things like blog posts coming out and events that I'm going to, or things that are due that are important here. Then you have your big 3. So each week you pick 3 things that you're going to focus on that week. I have a really hard time limiting it to 3, but I try my best. And you're supposed to write them here, although I'll give you a little tip that I'll show you in a second. I actually use a sticky note instead so that I can put them on each page. Then there's a self-care planner. I do not usually fill out all of these, but I'll usually pick one to focus on. So maybe I want to get more sleep than normal, or I want to make sure that I eat clean 5 days this week, or just things like that. And especially connect, because I'm not good at being intentional about connecting. I'm like a work kind of person. Then after that, you get to your daily spread. Now, if you're like, Becca, do you need all that space? Yes, I do. I actually use almost the entire set of 2 pages. So here you write your big 3. So out of the big 3 things for the week, then you decide on 3 of your most important tasks for this week. I was going to wait and show you like all my stuff later, but I'll go ahead and show you now. So I put mine on stickies. And I actually did 4, so I cheated this week. And so things that I had were things like, make sure I have all the videos for this week, and I have some activities, and I have some previews to do. So for my videos for the week, for my top 3 things today, 2 of these are videos, which go with this one, and then the other one is to color and take photos of my Moses activities. So I take these things, and that's where I get these things from, and that's how I get my daily to-do list and just make sure that I get everything sorted out. Now that I have this out, you can see kind of how I do mine. So then over here, you have your other tasks. This is where you can write down things that are maybe not as important as the top 3, but are still important. So things like cleaning the bathroom. That's not something important enough to stick on my big 3, but it still needs to get done. Or like I needed to read a chapter in a book that I'm studying. So that goes over here and not up here because it's not as important. Now this section I just started using this year because we were working from home. So I like to put down what I either anticipate doing or what I actually did so that I can just kind of keep track. So for example, for today, I wrote down what I was doing at each interval. So like I did my email, I was like writing emails and checking and like planning, and then I was doing lesson plans, then I did grades, and then I went to a meeting, and it helps me to keep track of just what was going on at what times throughout the day. And for right now, it's really helpful since I'm working from home because I have to turn in like a weekly log. I also do this during the summer to kind of like preview and think through like, okay, well, I want to do this first and this next and then this, and go through there. As for the notes, I don't have anything specific I use in here, but I will just do anything. So for example, tomorrow I need to post a couple of products onto Teachers Pay Teachers. On tomorrow's thing, I have what I need to post down here. And same thing here. I was like, okay, what are all the things I need to film today? What are all the things I need to print today? Just all those little things that you need some space for, but maybe are not super important. And I just like being able to have it in here. Since we've been working from home, I have also been writing down grades from observations in class. If I see kids doing things correctly or not correctly, I just jot their name and a check mark or an X. And that's pretty much it for the weekly spread. Then at the end, there's some pages that honestly I don't use very much, but that's okay. There is a quarterly preview after the weekly preview. So this is why there's not one at the beginning, because there's one at the end. So like I'll do the one at the end, the red one, and that'll be for the first week here. And then you do your quarterly preview. This I find extremely helpful to just sit down 4 times a year and think through like, what am I doing well? How far did I get on all the goals that I needed to work on this quarter? What worked and didn't, and then what are you going to keep, improve, start, and stop doing? You'll be amazed at how much those things will happen. After that, it has all the different steps for what you should be doing in order to get ready for the next quarter. And then there are some notes pages. I don't think I've ever used those. Sketching pages, haven't used those. And then the index. So I haven't used these like things at the end. Oh, and then there's some extra resources to help you out. I haven't used those at the end, but that is okay. So there is the new planner. Now I want to show you kind of how I do my weekly preview because I add an extra step. All right, so here I am doing my weekly preview, and in here I'm writing down just my biggest wins. So for this week, I put down that I finished all of my Moses products for Becca's Bible class. I got all of my videos ready, which is a accomplishment here in Vlogmas. I worked out every single day, and then I did my last live, like Instagram live of the year, which is crazy. After that, you see I flipped back and grabbed my sticky note that has my big, technically 4 on it this week, and then over on the side it says percentage complete. I don't love this because I feel like it's kind of hard to figure out like what the percentage was that is complete. Especially if it's not black and white. I kind of would prefer just like I usually just do like either a check or an X, like yes I did it or no I didn't. But I guess it's nice to be able to say like, oh well, I did a little bit even if I didn't finish. After that, I wrote down what worked and what didn't. So I said what worked is picking out what I would do beforehand. So like I always work in the morning on my business, so picking out the night before what I'm going to do is making a big difference. And then I wrote doing the dang coloring. So I make resources for teachers, and I have found that if I sit down and write out all the answers and like color all the pictures in my resources and then take pictures of them, they just sell a lot better because people can see what they look like and have a better visual than if they're just black and white. So that's what I put on there. And then underneath that, what are you going to keep, improve, start, or stop doing? And I said keep picking out tomorrow's activities and improve AM work time. So just get better at that. I skipped the little personal and professional side and go straight to the weekly side and write down anything going on, which is not much. But if you flip here and look at my monthly calendar, you see that I do have a lot going on. So I wanted to see like what all is coming out soon, what videos need to make sure are getting done, all of that kind of stuff for my weekly big three. I will also transfer this big three to sticky notes. And for those, I did product previews, all of my videos being ready. And then I have 2 snowflake videos that go along with blog posts that I need to finish up. Under there is a self-care planner. So this week I said wake up on time for sleep, work out 4 times for move, and I'm actually going to give myself the day off next Friday, and then connect because I actually get to go to small group. Now this is the part that I do a little bit differently. So each month I write down the month and then the really specific things that need to happen in that month. I like this because I feel like people are always like, oh, you need to think about the big picture and stuff, which is great, and you do. However, especially when you have like a Teachers Pay Teachers store or like a blog or things like that, where there's a lot of little things that need to happen, I find it very helpful to just have one page where I can look through and say, okay, this is all the stuff I need to do this month. Then on the other page, I write down the weeks and I break it down that way so that I make sure that I'm actually getting everything done. And then that's how I make my daily to-do list. So I go with like, what do I need to do this month? What am I going to do this week? And then that's how I make my daily to-do list. Now you can see I'm kind of flipping through. I usually start with all one color. So if you're wondering about the pens, this year I started color coding, and it has changed my life. I thought it was going to be super annoying because I was going to need to have all the pens all the time, but it is a game changer, friends. So what I do is I just have a color assigned to each aspect of my life. So like the dark green is school because that's my school's color. Purple is home, so usually like workout or clean or going to do something, just anything that's not related to anything else. Pink is YouTube, blue is Becca's music room, and green, like lime green, this color right here, is Becca's Bible class. This way I can see at a glance, like if I just write thumbnail, I know whether that thumbnail is for YouTube or for TPT and which TPT, and it just makes life super easy. So I usually go through with the dark green first so that I know exactly what I need to do for school, and then purple with the like recurring things, so like every Tuesday I take out the trash and stuff like that, or like writing working out and things like that. And then I go in with my other colors and write down things that are more specific to the day. Now I'm not going to completely fill out the whole week, especially the end of the week, because I find that it's really hard to know on Monday how much I'm actually going to be able to accomplish by Friday. So Monday I'll fill out mostly, and I'll fill it out more on Monday, and then the other parts I will leave a little more blank. So like Friday is going to be the least filled out now so that I will have plenty of time to fill it out later. And that's pretty much it. So here's all my stuff.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I will leave a link to the full focus planner down below. I hope you saw just kind of all of the different aspects that have helped me love it. Of course, a planner is a very personal decision. So I will say that even though it works for me, it might not work for you. It is a bit overkill, but I think that that works really well for people who are like me and just have a lot of different things going on. And sometimes it's hard to prioritize which things are more important at a certain time. If you want to check this out, you can check out the link down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.